It's Portland Bulldogs boys basketball on WPPS, brought to you by the Portland Public Schools. Promise, prepared, and empowered. Now we send you to the broadcast booth with Steve Schwartz and Frank Myatt. Good evening. It's January 30th, 2020, and we are here at Edward Little High School for tonight's boys basketball action between the Red Eddies and your Portland Bulldogs. Frank, tonight we come into Edward Little. They are ranked number 1 in Class AA North. They've got John Shea leading in scoring. They are a powerhouse.
Absolutely, Steve. There's a 13-2 team. They are one of the premier teams in the state. As you said, ranked number 1 in AA North. It all runs through John Shea. He's averaging 17.5 points per game. That's good for second in Class AA North. They also have Max Kreeser averaging about 12. And the supporting cast of Austin Brown, Cam York, and Storm Gibson. These are do-everything guys. Assists, steals, rebounds. Very well-coached team, very balanced team. It'll be fun to watch them tonight.
We saw a monster shot by Storm Gibson in his last game. It was a one-handed half-court shot that went in. It was extremely exciting. A reminder of Griffin Buckley last year, just after the buzzer up in Gorham. But it should be a really, really exciting game tonight. It has to be because the Dogs had a very slow game the last time around, Frank.
Yeah, Steve, I think we can expect the winner to have over 20 points. Not really going on a limb there, but after that 18-16 debacle against Wyndham. But really, I think, Steve, the story of this game is the two coaches. You have Joe Russo, you've got Coach Adams at Edward Little, and these are two of the best. And you'll kind of see that veteran coaching come into play. And I think we did see that against Wyndham, where Coach Russo hedged his bets. He knew what gave his team the best chance to win. May not be pretty basketball, but would you rather lose by 2 with the last shot or lose by 20?
Well, folks, we're going to bring you all of the exciting action in just a moment.
Announcer Ben Gibson does some of the tournament games for MPBN. He's on the microphone tonight.
All righty. Ladies and gentlemen, as is the tradition in our little final home game, the Edward Little basketball seniors would like to take a moment to thank the people who supported them the most throughout their basketball journey here in Auburn. Tonight we have 6 seniors that we'd like to celebrate. First up, Storm Gibson. Storm would like to acknowledge his father, Craig Gibson, his mother, Melissa Gibson, his brother, CJ Gibson, and his sister, all the way down from Orono, Kaylee Gibson. All right, our next senior, Dan Melch. We would like to acknowledge his mother, Peg Wyman, his dad, Steve Melch, and his good friend and teammate, Cam York. Next, we'd like to celebrate Jermaine Louiso. Jermaine would like to acknowledge his mother, Joanne Louiso, his father, Patrick Louiso, and his grandmother, Grace Lane. And now, our 4th senior, Max Kreeser. Max would like to acknowledge his mother, Tracy Edwards, his stepfather, Michael Bernard, his father, Peter Kreeser, and his stepmother, Natasha Kreeser. Our 5th senior, Cam York. Cam York York, I'd like to give a special thank you to Steve Melks, Peg Wyman, and friend and teammate Dan Melks. And our final senior, Austin Brown. Also would like to recognize his parents, Dan and Wendy Brown. Ladies and gentlemen, one more time for their final regular season game here at Edward Little High School, the Edward Little Seniors. And now we have one more presentation. Every year at this time, it is our honor to present the Stephen L. Galway Sixth Player Award. The Stephen L. Galway Sixth Player Award is presented annually in honor of Mr. Galway, Mr. Basketball, to the boys basketball player who exhibits commitment, dedication, sacrifice, spirit, work ethic, leadership, and the love of the game of basketball. The past 5 winners were, in 2014, Bryce Gibson. In 2015, Noah Nicholas. Our back-to-back winner, 2016 and 2017, went to Terrell Thomas. In 2018, last year, went to Ethan Brown. This year, the Stephen L. Galway Sixth Player Award goes to senior Jermaine Luizo. Congratulations. Congratulations and good luck to both teams this evening. We have 5 minutes to warm up. Tonight's AA basketball game to the visiting Portland Bulldogs in your own Edward Varsity. Portland is coached by Joe Russo, assisted by Joe Giordani, Carmine Rumo, and Joe Esposito. Edward is coached by Mike Adams, assisted by Paul Cody, Tim Maines, Craig Gibson, Quinn Larry, and Chris Williamson. Tonight's officials are Mr. Brilliant, Ms. Russo, and Mr. Hodgkins. Larry Gordon's your scorekeeper, and Dan Brown on the clock. And now, get ready for your starting lineups. For Portland, a guard, a senior, number 3 is Stillman Mahan. At guard, a sophomore, number 12, Juani Donato. At forward, a senior, number 15, Finn Katz-Cronin. At center, a senior, number 30, Kevin Smart. At forward, a senior, number 32, Ethan Thea. Ladies and gentlemen, the Portland Bulldogs. And now, tonight's starting lineup for the Edward Little Red Eddies. At forward, a senior, number 12, Jermaine Luizo. At forward, a senior, number 5, Dan Melks. At guard, a senior, number 3, Storm Gibson. At forward, a senior, number 33, Max Creaser. And at guard, a senior, number 1, Austin Brown.
And Steve, we see John Shea takes a mock charge out there. Coach Mike Adams with a classy move, starting 5 seniors instead of his leading scorer, his sophomore center.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, at this time, you all please rise and honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
Here you go. Yeah, right. Austin Brown. We got to cover the Deering game with Austin Brown playing as well, and he, against Edward Little, Mike Hoffer and I, and we started to call Austin Brown downtown Austin Brown because he's hitting a lot of spectacular outside shots, but Gibson comes up with that.
Right off the bat, Steve, EL was able to get out and get a ton of offensive rebounds in the first quarter against Deering.
Great defense by Ethan Fay.
2 more.
Jump ball.
Arrow to Portland.
Nice defense by Stillman Mahan to cause that. Just 30 seconds into this game, and EL is going to start with a full court press.
Yeah, 1-2-1-1 diamond press here. We're going to try to trap the corners and create massive turnovers.
And that's how it's broken. Smart for 3.
Interesting.
Doesn't fall. The rebound will come to Luiso. A blocking foul on Juani Donato.
Yep, that's the first foul of the game. Interesting to see 3 officials out here, Steve. That's what we'll see in the tournament. That always makes for a little bit of a different feel to the game.
That was a great pass by Creaser.
Yeah, EL has that ability to make the extra pass.
Yeah, and that was into Milks, and now the trap is working. Portland has to work hard to get it over half court.
Yeah, they're running out of time. There's your 10-second violation. So good work by the Red Eddies there.
Yeah, very effective.
Yeah, that 1-2-1-1 can create some havoc. They keep that middleman, the first one, or the second one, kind of as a center fielder, keeping the whole game in front of him.
Portland in a 2-3 zone here to start. Smart, jump, and that's going to be Edward Little ball on the possession. 6:45 left here in the first quarter. 2-0 is the score. Red Eddies in front. Very explosive team. For 3, hit by Max Creaser.
Yeah, we saw
one
Creaser.
of the leading scorers, and that's going to go too far.
Yeah, we saw Creaser absolutely torch Deering with corner threes against Deering's aggressive defense. He's kind of picking up where he left off against the City School.
Because it went out like that on the on the inbound play. EL takes it in under the basket. Round the horn. Gibson to Creaser. Smart over the top, and he gets the rebound.
Yeah, Portland's got it. Yep, there we go. EL's falling back, which is a good sign.
Yep. Quickly to Stillman Mahan.
Looks like man-to-man from Red Little.
That's right. We haven't really seen them on defense yet, have we?
Portland's real true possession. See if they can get anything going on offense.
Fay steps out. Inside, he sees Smart, who cuts. Gets shot out to Creaser. Creaser to Brown for the 3. And just like that, it's 8-0, folks. 5 minutes and 40 seconds, and the steal and the bucket by Dan Milks. We're going to have a Portland timeout with 5:44 left in the first quarter. The score 10-0. So Portland coming out with a slightly different look as Elias Antonio will take the ball in, and also Matthew Dowdell Smith is in for the Dogs.
Yeah.
That's a blocking foul.
Yeah, well, Edward Little's first foul on Dan Milks.
And his foul on number 5, Dan Milks. That's his first. Team's first.
So this is a different set of referees. This particular fellow who's got the ball right now looks very familiar. A very experienced referee.
And I can't say I recognize either of the other two.
Fay fakes, spins, and
Just going to say out of bounds off the padding on the bottom of the backboard.
Gibson starts, goes between 2 defenders and loses it.
And I'm kind of surprised that Antonio didn't take the charge there, but either way, Portland ball.
Dowdell Smith. Oh, Silly Man was open for half a second underneath, and here comes Thay.
And they're getting the open looks, just not able to see it and react.
And here comes Man. Stolen.
It's by Louisa.
Hard to do fancy dribbling in between defenders like that.
And good hustle from behind by Antonio to create that steal.
It's 10-0 with 4:12 left in the first quarter.
And so after scoring 63 points against Chevrolet, Portland has been unable to find the groove on offense. Second foul on Dan Milks.
A little foul on number 5, Dan Milks. That's his second foul. Team second.
Patia Donato and
For the
Spencer Cross are in for Portland. Whoa.
Wow.
No call.
I figured that would be either a travel or a foul. As Austin Brown tries a touch pass.
Man for 3 from downtown.
That's what he does best, so why not?
Dogs down by 7 now. 3:15 left in the first quarter. John Shea inside.
Shea, great body positioning.
Imagine having John Shea come off the bench. We'll have a 30-second timeout for Portland. 3:02 left. 12-3 is the score. Red Eddie's in front.
So out of the timeout, looks like three-quarter court 1-3-1 from Edward Whittle. Big John Shea patrolling the middle.
Well, I don't know. Gibson defending
Heads up
his
play by
vocal cords.
heads up play by Patia Donato there. Able to advance over half court.
Donato for 2.
And Wani Donato with the put in. So 12-5. It's now a 7-point Red Eddie lead. 2:38. Oh, a nice defensive play by Stillman. Man, open in the corner all alone.
That's going to be an offensive foul.
32 is R.J. Nichols.
The foul is going to be on Storm Gibson as Stillman Mahan goes down hard. Only a 7-point deficit here for the Bulldogs. As we see a little 2-3 zone, Mahan from the corner.
And I don't blame him, but look who's inside. Oh, but he loses it.
I'll be interested.
After the rebound, Patia Donato.
Yeah, that'll stay Portland basketball, though. Yeah, they're going to say that Wani Donato had not re-entered inbounds after the ball deflected off him. So now we see a little 2-2-1 press from Portland.
All alone. Over to Cam York is in the game now, by the way. Gibson. Stepping out. Down in the corner here. Comes right out to R.J. Nichols. And Shea pushed off.
Yep. I mean, John Shea's first foul. Steve, we see that a lot with Ethan Fay on the other end. Sometimes when you're that big, any contact may look like a foul, whether it is or not. The men in stripes have the final say.
I mean, in that case, it looked like he did. He pushed off like any good offensive pass interference in a football game.
Why not? And I think kind of getting a feel for what you can and can't get away with is key in the early going.
1.5 minutes left in the first quarter. 12-5 is the score. The Red Eddies in front. And that was an errant pass. Just that quick. Dowdell Smith with the steal. And he is...
No, I think they're going to call an offensive foul on Dowdell Smith. Wow.
Play control foul on number 2. Matthew Dowdell Smith. That's his first, team second.
Interesting.
The crowd is going to get a little bit angry here.
It sure looked to me like Shea kind of just slid in front of him and they bounced. Either a blocking foul or nothing, but did not expect to see an offensive foul in that situation. Yeah, those are those
for 2.
Those little 15-footers what EL just does so well.
He leads the Red Eddies with 5 points. 14-5 is the score. 1:05 left in the first quarter. Travel.
That's a cross into the game for the Bulldog.
Well, we have a vocal crowd here tonight, right in front of us.
Can't say I blame them.
Yeah, I'm not so sure I can either. Gabriel Russell checks in for the Dogs.
Wow. Nice take by York.
For 2. He's going to get fouled on the play.
Good body positioning. Way to fight through the contact and finish for York.
Smart.
That's his first, team's third.
Well, Russell took a little bit of a beating there, and Dowdell Smith will come in to spell him. 51.4 seconds left. York to try to make it a 3-point play. And he does. 49 seconds left. Here's Donato.
Yeah, way to dribble through the trap.
Oh, nice move. What a scoop.
Athletic play from Elias Antonio.
It's a 10-point Red Eddy lead with half a minute left in the first quarter.
Here's Edward Whittle pulling back for 1. Steve, we saw them against Deering. Edward Whittle does such a good job closing out quarters. Veteran team, disciplined team, but not here.
The pass underneath. Donato under and in. Juani Donato converts off the EL steal. And now there's 4 seconds left and the score is 17-9. 1.6 seconds left. Here comes Jake Bouchard for Portland. Austin Brown and RJ Nichols back in for the Red Eddies for Storm Gibson. And not sure who else sat down.
RJ Nichols is shooting 40% from 3 this season, so wouldn't be surprised to see him look, or Brown.
Brown hits it at the buzzer, and it counts. So 20-9 after the first quarter. We'll bring you second quarter action in a moment.
So we go, Steve. It'll be Portland ball to start the second quarter.
Dowdell Smith will inbound to Jake Bouchard. Spencer Cross is in, number 11, Finn Katz Cronin, and Elias Antonio. Ooh. Oh.
Katz Cronin just kind of bounced off Shea there. And Portland will get a second chance in the inbound. And it's the Edward Whittle fans' turn to be upset with the officiating.
You can believe it. The referees do it for the fun of it, for the most part.
Not a gig I would want, Steve.
Bouchard to Cross inside.
Offensive foul, Spencer Cross pushing off. And that's 8 Portland turnovers here. We're only 30 seconds into the second quarter.
EL has 5.
A little uncharacteristic for this Mike Adams team. Good steal.
What a nifty move there, and up and in on the steal.
Yeah, Elias Antonio's given some good minutes tonight on both ends.
Bouchard with the basket, 20-11 is the score. Watch out, Shea's underneath. Fid Katz Cronin with a block.
Yeah, great defense there by Katz Cronin.
Timeout at a little, 7:05.
EL takes a timeout as Portland gains just a little bit of momentum. 20-11 is the score, 7:05 left in the first half.
So, Steve, we'll see what Coach Adams got out of that timeout. After, as you said, just a little bit of momentum headed in Portland's direction. Antonio drives inside.
Oh, my goodness gracious. And that is the problem with kicking it out. When you're inside, you've got the shot.
Yeah, just being a little bit too selfish. He's going to settle down a little bit. He's had some good plays.
Even a little too unselfish, really. But, you know, you want to just see it put up. But that happens in this game. It's not just a high school game. Everybody's kicking it out for a 3, Frank.
Well, hey, 3 is greater than 2 if we're going with simple math. But percentage-wise, you're much better off in the paint.
Chips and fakes. He gets the second man through, and there's Shea underneath. And he gets fouled, doing what he does so well.
I think the foul will be on Cross. And it is Spencer Cross's second foul.
That's his second, team's 5th. They ended the game for Portland.
Mayen and Donato. Wani Donato in for Antonio and Dowdell Smith.
John Shea has shot and made the most foul shots in Class AA North, so not a surprise to see him at the line.
And not a surprise to see him make it. His 5th point of the game, 23-11 is the score, 6.5 minutes left in the first half, the trap. Katz Cronin.
Let's see Portland reset here. Net Coach Russo's not happy with some of Mahan on that. As we see Mahan's second travel. He just kind of shuffled his feet, I guess, after catching the ball. So clearly something the officials are looking for.
Yeah, I mean, my goodness, it looks awfully technical if you ask me, but...
At the end of the day, though, Steve, it's got to be no surprise after 2 of those that they're trying to single that out. And Shea will be fouled again.
That's a foul on Wani Donato.
Yeah, Donato had 2 hands on him. That's kind of the hallmark. You're going to get that whistle every time.
Sam Gerber comes in for Spencer Cross. Off balance, but Katz Cronin with the rebound. Brings it up. Here comes Jake Bouchard now over half court. Donato. Katz Cronin.
Size advantage for Katz Cronin.
Oh, nice move, but blocked by Shea. 5:36 left here in the first half, and that's going to be.
That's interesting that they're calling that EL ball. If it looked to me like Shea blocked it, and if that side of the basket is indeed out of bounds, then that should be off EL.
It's okay. Wani Donato will just jump up and intercept. Nice roll underneath. Picked up by Cam York, though. Yeah. He wanted to avoid the offensive foul. Did a nice job, but there. Very quickly, great pass by Gibson to Shea, who's wide open underneath. 25-11 is the score. Set to check in for the Red Eddies is Dan Milks.
You took the words right out of my mouth with Donato trying to avoid picking up the offensive foul.
And Bouchard a little off balance there. Again, wanting to avoid the travel. Brown with the rebound, the outlet. Back to him for the three. And he hits it. Well, this is a clinic at the moment being put on by Edward Little. And Portland will take a timeout with 4:39 left in the first half. The score, the Red Eddies 28, the Portland Bulldogs 11.
So Edward Little still in full court pressure here. There's the trap. Tia Donato overshoots his brother, but gets it over to Cooper Bay. Back to Patia.
Whoa, that was just, whoa. I'm a little bit surprised that there wasn't a foul there, but in any event. The open man, boy, they move that ball around so well.
Yeah,
York, oh my goodness, explosiveness. Just when he makes you think he's going to cross court pass it. And there's Finn Katz-Cronin underneath with a nice bucket for two.
And it broke a 10-0 EL run.
And that's why it's 30-13. Brown fakes, comes back out again, and it doesn't matter where he is. 4 3-pointers for 12 points for Austin Brown, 33-13. The trap is working. Gerber to Patia Donato. He's got the open man underneath. This Finn Katz-Cronin, and he's going to go up, and he's going to get the bucket.
That Katz-Cronin kind of rushed too much in the first one, but stuck with it. He'll get rewarded at the foul line.
Dan Milks will have his third foul of the half. Portland has some wholesale changes here with Cross, Antonio, and Dowdell Smith in. RJ Nichols will check back in for EL, and Cam York is in. And there you go. Nichols comes in, makes something happen. Rounded to Shea.
Good work by Portland on the defensive scramble. Yeah, just body positioning is key for John Shea. You know, it allows him to use that big frame and just impose his will inside.
Yeah, I mean, he goes at it so hard inside. Katz-Cronin, Dowdell Smith, Juani Donato now, have York on him. He goes down, they're going to call travel.
Now it looks like he slipped.
Russell in the game for Portland. Creaser returns to the Eddies. 2 minutes.
Gabe Russell will come in for Katz-Cronin. 2:40 left here in the first half.
Here's Portland pressure, full court man.
Shea underneath, being unselfish, and why not, as he finds Creaser.
Yeah, good vision from John Shea there, finding his teammate.
8 points for Creaser, 37-15, 2:19 left in the first half.
Like they say, offensive foul, I think, on Antonio on the screen.
You are correct, sir.
Antonio. That's his first and 7th.
Already Portland up to 13 turnovers.
EL has settled back here by my count around 7 maybe.
Six by my count. After 5 early, Coach Adams adjusting.
York to Brown. Well, playing off the pick and in.
Yeah, that's textbook pick and roll there from John Shea.
Bouchard at the foul line, Patia Donato. Rebound comes to Cam York. Ooh, that looked like a walk right there.
Yeah, good feed to Creaser, though. Foul will be Tia Donato's.
Tia Donato, that's
His first.
Team's 8. Point line shooting 2, number 33, Max Creaser.
Edward in the midst of a 19-4 run.
Gibson and Louiso into the Eddies.
Here in the last 5 minutes.
Well, if you can miss both of them and then Austin Brown will come up with the rebound, no big deal. 1.5 minutes, 39-15. Here at the end of the first half. Right idea. Blue ball. The turnover. I just think Portland is just hurrying things, so frustrated really, and frustrating I'm sure as well.
Yeah, I'm sure some of that carries over from last game where they couldn't find anything offensively. They were patient, didn't quite get rewarded as they hoped, but here tonight, same thing, just struggling to get anything going on offense.
Oh my goodness. Folks, that was entertaining. Creaser for the 2.
Behind the back from Cam York.
Yep.
Cooper Bay in the game for Portland. John Shea returns to the Eddies.
Cooper Bay comes in for Portland.
In the first half.
Tia Donato, Sam Gerber. Donato. Tia travels. I mean, you can't be that fancy if you can't.
Now, Steve, they're calling it tight up here. This is what you get when you get out of the Southern Maine district. You get away from the city of Portland. Again, 3 new officials, but the onus is on the players to adjust at this point.
Shea just chucks it up at the buzzer.
You're going to put 4 guys on him, and it still doesn't make any difference.
Makes it 11 points for him in the second quarter. We'll head into the locker room with the score 43-15. We're at the Australian Open here, folks. We'll bring you a first half wrap-up in a moment. Halftime, a 28-point lead for the Red Eddies, led by John Shea with 13 points, including 11 in the second quarter. Austin Brown with 5, Max Creaser with 9. What a game for the Red Eddies.
Yeah, in the second quarter, 23-6 Redwood. They're showing why they're one of the best teams in the state. Disciplined, hit their shots. They kind of turned the ball over a little more than they typically do in the first quarter. Ran it in the second quarter, 1 turnover. This is a very well-coached team and a very well-oiled machine.
Folks, we're going to bring you second half action in a moment.
So coming out of the half, the Bulldogs go with Dowdell Smith, Antonio, Mahan, Katz Cronin, and Cross. Red Eddies with York, Shea, Milks, Gibson, and Creaser.
Great depth on this Edward Little team. Well, there's a little mistake there in the steal. Antonio to Dowdell Smith will dribble it out. Here's Mahan for 3, and he hits it.
3-point shot. Let's go to Mahan.
Portland in 2-3. Another block by Katz Cronin.
And the foul.
Forward foul on number 11, Spencer Cross. That's his third foul. Team's first of the second half. Going to line shooting 2, number 33, Max Greaser.
Spencer Cross's third foul, as we heard the announcer Bim Gibson say.
So, what's his name?
Bim Gibson.
Bim Gibson and Storm Gibson. They must be quite the duo here.
Quite the names up here in Auburn.
He said so both.
The great names of basketball. Creaser hits double figures, in fact now has 11 with that. It's 45-18. 7-11 left here in the third quarter. This is Steve Schwartz along with Frank Myatt, Damian Robinson on camera for WPPS TV. For the three, Cats, well, are they going to give him a 2?
Yeah, definitely a long 2 there.
This is WPPS TV 1302, bringing you Portland Bulldogs boys basketball all year long.
Excellent work by Creaser to get behind the zone.
Also on YouTube, Portland Schools. Just search that on YouTube and you'll come up with the sports section, and all of our games are on there. An off-ball foul.
And that's going to be 4 on Cross.
No, that's going to be on Edward Little.
You are correct. See, I couldn't even tell where the foul was. It was a relatively tight game called here. As we have another foul on Edward Little. Couple quick off-ball fouls.
Yeah. The fans, a lot of makeup calls. I don't know that referees really do that. York, though, oh my goodness gracious.
Wow.
He sent Antonio down, no call there. Up and in for Creaser.
Holding foul on number 3, Stillman Mason. That's his first, team's second.
Stillman Mayon's first foul.
Juan Donato in the game.
As we see Mike Adams been in the officials' ear.
Kevin Smart also returns for Bulldogs. Creaser completes a 3-point play.
John Shea is absolutely incredulous.
Eddie's foul on number 10, John Shea. That's his second, team's third.
Shooting 2, Juan Donato at the line. Portland down by 30.
Juan Donato on the line for the Bulldogs, shooting 2.
Shea with the rebound. Just gets it over to Cam York. Cam York's played tightly there by Donato.
Yep, 2-3 still from Portland. Good hands by Smart.
Oh, that is not a well-advised play. Foul on Dowdell Smith. Shooting 2 at the line will be Austin Brown.
Yeah, frustration foul from Matthew Dowdell Smith. I think he kind of knew that was an ill-advised pass. Tried to get back. Couldn't block it. Ended up hacking Brown. Brown hits the first.
In the game also, Pia Donato. Jacob Bouchard also in the game with Bulldog. Round 6 of both.
14 points for Austin Brown, including 4 three-pointers.
Between Brown and Creaser, the seniors taking care of business on senior night.
Everything going their way. That's another Portland turnover.
Up to 17.
Now, you know, I just got to tell you, I saw two white sets of feet shuffling just as much as the blue feet were earlier, in my opinion. Just saying. Tia Donato gets air. Wani saves it, but goes over to Cam York. Oh, my goodness gracious. What a workhorse is that man, that young man.
Just showing the acrobatics, the finesse inside.
Bouchard from downtown. Rebound comes to Cam York. Whoa! Looked like a few steps. Gerber. The rebound, a little contact, no call. Jacob Bouchard. Wani Donato comes out. Patia. He's got Gerber trying to post on Creaser. Oh, Mr. Smart loses the handle. Oh my goodness gracious, an alley-oop. They're trying everything. Wani Donato. I think the chair on the other side was Bulldogs. Oh, goodness.
Up and under, no good. Rebound, Shea. Here we go.
Around Storm Gibson. It's Gibson's first two. Here's Jacob Bouchard for two.
Tipped up and in by number 20.
Yeah, wait, good fight by Jake Bouchard.
Spencer Cross set to check in for the Dogs. 56-22, good hands. Tia Donato. Romain Red Eddie ball. 3:13 left here in the third quarter. As Portland will check in, Gabe Russell, Spencer Cross, and Cooper Bay. Red Eddies will have some substitutes as well. As RJ Nichols will check in. And Jermaine Luiso. As well as Dan Milks.
Deflection. Edward Whittle still maintains possession, though.
Comes to Shea in the right place at the right time.
Veteran move there by Dan Milks. Shot fake on the ground. One step, knocks it down.
That's his fifth point of the game. Excuse me, his sixth point of the game. Cross for three. The rebound, RJ Nichols. Ethan Thay set to check in for the Dogs here. 58-22 is the score. 2 minutes left in the third quarter. 2 minutes. It's time for the three. It doesn't fall for Milks, but Luiso with the rebound. And the hot hand is RJ Nichols. Everybody gets in the act shooting a three here tonight, practically.
Yeah, RJ Nichols, one of the top three-point shooters percentage-wise in the league.
Bay doesn't hit. Russell inside. There's a kick. 3 seconds?
Yeah, I think it's say 3 seconds before Russell gave up the ball.
Creaser back in for the Eddies, also Cam York. 1 minute, 30 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
Again for the three. Just out of bounds there. Look at John Shea is getting water for his teammates on the bench.
Good teammate.
Cooper Bay over half court. And that should be off of an Edward Little player.
Oh. Yeah, good conference there by the officials to get it right. It was a baseline official that really couldn't see. It was clear to us it wasn't touched.
Juani Donato now. Break, and nobody open for Portland. Whew. That was a very quick move by Ethan Thay.
Yeah, he took that one off the thumbs. He's kind of shake it off and try to play through.
Those things hurt.
Yep.
They inside. Russo skies for that. And Donato with the foul.
Juani Donato's third.
That's his third, team's fourth.
61-22 with 1:05 left here in the third quarter.
A little pressure from Portland.
It happens.
Yep, unforced error. Edward Whittle's 9th turnover.
Cam York will be much harder on himself than he needs to be. Great player for the Red Eddies, who have such a massive lead. They can really coast here.
Yeah, kind of a situation for a player falling asleep when you're up big. There's Portland's 20th turnover.
Do you have about 8 for Edward Little?
9 by my sheet.
All the way around the horn.
That was Nichols just kind of seemed to put it in reverse there and back up.
Well, it's 14 seconds left here.
And it was, we've noted Edward Whittle, great job closing out quarters, and they've done well with both here. And there's the emphatic statement.
Goodness, folks. Dan Miltz with the dunk to end it. At the end of the third quarter, 63-22. If you get a chance to see that, thank Damian Robinson. We'll be back with fourth quarter action in a moment. We are back for fourth quarter action after that explosive end to a third quarter. Just as you were talking about the Red Eddies closing out, and here's Cam York with a steal and up and in.
That kind of matters more in bigger games, Steve, but the ability to close out quarters can't be discounted.
Eddie's foul number 3, Storm Gibson, his second, team's fourth.
Each team with 4 fouls here. In the very early going of the fourth quarter.
Bouchard all alone in the corner.
Whoop.
1-3-1 from Edward Whittle.
Donato inside. Cross for 3. Over everything. But Thay right there. Had a chance to visit with our friend, attorney Lenny Sharon from Auburn. I think that's going to be on Donato.
It is.
It's his fourth.
Juani's fourth.
That's his fourth foul.
Lenny is friends with Coach Adams and actually takes the yearly trip that they take to train. This year they were at Marshall. 3 points for Creaser. 68-24 in this Red Eddy blowout here. 6:40 left in this contest. Mercifully. Shea gets a hand on it. Portland gets another chance.
Luiso back in for the Eddies.
Luiso and Milks in for Gibson and Shea. That may be it for them tonight, given the hand they're getting. We'll see.
Always kind of a battle you got to play as a head coach. You want to get your starters used to playing 32 minutes, but also fresh legs can be a benefit this late in the season as well.
Bouchard. Oh, goodness. Inside. Cross is blocked by Creaser, who's done everything here tonight. York for 3 in the corner. Whoa. My goodness.
Heads up play by Ethan Fay there. He's able to toss it back off Creaser.
I saw a little something different, but no call.
Oh, well, definitely a push-off. I'm not disputing that. I'm saying falling out of bounds.
68-24, 5:55 left.
Portland going high post, low post here, trying to work it into the gaps right around the foul line area and below the block.
Now Edward Little is going to march its younger players on, more or less experienced players.
As we're going to have an offensive foul against Cooper Bay. Oh, that'll be Austin Browns, I guess.
So coming in will be R.J. Nichols, Quincy Coachman, Devontae Scott, Tong Mai Wen, and Tyson Green. And we'll have a timeout, Portland, with 5:14 left. Stay underneath, and he gets fouled.
Foul will go on Tong Mai Wen.
And he's fouling number 30, Tong Mai Wen. That's his first, team 6.
Hear the last name Mai Wen here in this gym, Steve. You can't help but think of the great Wool Mai Wen, who led the Red Eddies to the state championship 2 seasons ago.
He can play some 3-point play.
Stay with his 5th point.
It just seemed to stick on the back of the rim like a piece of mud. It will be a backcourt violation on Edward Little.
They blocked by Mai Wen.
We've said that phrase a couple times in this gym, blocked by Mai Wen.
They underneath. Cross on the putback.
Take across the
68-29.
Yep. Portland creating the turnover. As Joe Russo continuing to teach, continuing to instruct here, despite the heavy deficit. Always helping his players grow.
Donato. Fay fighting hard underneath as he does. Every game, surprised there wasn't a foul in that cluster. Nice. Oh my gosh, what ball movement by this team. My goodness gracious. Devontae Scott for 2.
Good work by Mai Wen.
People that we just haven't seen yet. 35 is Pat Anthony. Now he's going to check in a moment. 4 minutes left here. A steal. Nichols for 2. We've got a Portland timeout, 3:42 left, 72-29. So far, Portland suffering its worst defeat of the year here.
Worst defeat in recent memory. Travel. You know, Stephen, as the Bulldogs just getting wiped off the floor here, I think a good time to remember that athletics in general, especially high school athletics, is cyclical. That wasn't too long ago that you and I were calling quite a few games where the Bulldogs were on the opposite end of these scores.
Absolutely. We've had some great teams, and even this team, great spirit. And nice rebound there by Gabe Russell. These kids play hard. Russell draws the foul.
I think that'll be on Antoine.
And he's foul on number 35, Patrick Anthony. That's his first, team 7th.
Shooting 2 will be Gabe Russell at the line. You know, we don't spend a lot of time talking with these students, and you probably have more experience with them in the classroom, but they are really good young men, and it's always a pleasure to interact with them on those rare occasions that we do.
And you picked one of the good ones at the line, Steve, Gabe Russell. Young man I've known since he was in 6th grade.
And he sinks 1 of 2. There's the fake. Nichols up, and he hits the 3. He's on fire. 75-30. And yet another foul.
It'll be on Quincy Coachman.
His first. No, they're going to call it on Portland.
No, that's going to be 5 on Juan Donato.
Team 6.
Juani will take a seat here.
40 seconds remaining in your game.
2:40 left in regulation and in this game.
Oh,
my goodness.
The kick call against Patia, which kind of may have negated the steal for Dowdell Smith. Either way, it'll stay EL ball.
Ooh, Dowdell Smith stepped out.
For an NFL game, maybe they would have given it to him with a toe tap. For the college game, certainly with 1 foot in. But in basketball, you get to stay in.
Well, right underneath and right there, but Petit Donato is fouled. They don't call it at this late time.
Yeah, they'll get it about 70 feet further on the other end of the court. And that will be on Coachman. We'll have 1 and 1 for Petit Donato.
They went back in for R.J. Nichols, who gets a nice hand. He gave the Red Eddie some great minutes tonight and comes out with 8 points. Donato hits the first for his first point of the game. He'll hit both. interception. Antonio, goodness.
Wow.
Odell Smith is the one that draws the foul.
If you were Johnny Most, you'd say that Elias Antonio got hacked inside.
And he's foul on number 22, Devontae Scott, as his first, team's ninth.
He was mauled.
Donald Smith in the line.
You don't want to say McFilthy and McNasty, though, because this Red Eddie's team is a well-coached team. They're good players. They're good sports. And, you know, at this level, with this kind of a game, I mean, it's difficult if you're a Dogs fan, but, you know, they are an entertaining team.
One of the best in the state, disciplined, well-coached, as you said. Team that should fare well in the tournament. Travel. It was a little late on the call, and it happened right in front of the EL student section, so
they're not happy.
No sympathy for the officials, even with a 41-point lead.
Here's Bouchard. Dowdell Smith for three. He hits it.
Dowdell Smith.
75-37 is the score.
1 minute, 26 seconds.
Sam Gerber forcing that turnover. Coach Russo happy with what Sam did to cause that carry. 1 minute, 20 seconds left. Dowdell Smith from the other side. This time he doesn't hit it, but Antonio with the rebound spins up, and oh my goodness. They win with the ball. Tyson Green very quick. Whoa!
Yeah, I think a couple fouls, could be fouls there. Good non-call.
Anthony for three. 78-37, just under a minute to go.
It'll be Tyson Green's first foul.
The double bonus.
Shooting two for Jake Bouchard.
Jacob Bouchard in the line.
Bouchard hits one. 41 seconds. And it'll be Portland ball with another EL turnover. The crowd sticks around here at Edward Little.
On senior night. And they'll go home happy. Big block by Pat Antoine.
Who just came in for the three. So the future of the Red Eddies on the court here by and large.
And Coach Adams just pull back four corners and run out the clock.
Five seconds, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
Score, Yellow Red Eddie 78, the Portland Bulldogs at 38.
So 78-38 is the score as the teams will shake hands.
Portland to take on the Shepherd Stags, and then their final game of the regular season next week against the Lewiston Blue Devils. That concludes tonight's game. Thanks everybody for coming, and please do drive safely.
So Frank, tonight, Edward Little, a team on the way up and heading into the tournament. beats Portland by 40 points.
Yeah, and you said it, Steve. These are two teams that are really with different goals for the season. Portland's looking to grow, looking to play their best, maybe clip a team in the tournament. Edward Little's goal is singular, and it's winning a state championship.
That's right. And tonight they were led by Max Creaser with 19 points, including 3 3-pointers. Next up was Austin Brown was John Shea with 15 points. Austin Brown with 14 points, including 4 threes tonight, and R.J. Nichols came in and hit 2 threes for 8 points. The Dogs were led by Stillman Mahan with 2 3-pointers for 6 points. Finn Katz Cronin with 6 points. So it's, move on to the next game, learn from one of the best coaches ever in high school basketball in Maine, and just keep going.
Yeah, and as you say, on to the next game for Portland. That game's Lewiston. That was a game I'm sure Coach Russo feels like he gave away up here in the Lewiston-Auburn area. If you remember correctly, a ton of turnovers, 26 off the top of my head. That's something where I'm sure Coach Russo's had that circled as a game he can win, and something that could assure Portland the 7th seed instead of possibly dropping to the 8.
So, folks, we're going to see you in the Expo for the next game against the Blue Devils. This is Steve Schwartz for Frank Myatt and Damian Robinson on camera for WPPS TV 1302, saying so long from the home of the Red Eddies, where tonight Edward Little defeats the Portland Bulldogs. Good night.